So what is a galvanic cell? Galvanic cell is the combination of the two half cell. Galvanic cell is the combination of the two single electrodes. So in a galvanic cell, chemical reaction is takes place. We know that in a galvanic cell, the chemical energy is converted to the electrical energy. The electricity is produced at the cost of the chemical reaction. So always in a galvanic cell, chemical reactions are takes place. Chemical reactions are takes place. Okay. And we also know that at the left hand side electrode, oxidation reaction is takes place. And the electrons are liberated there. The electrons are liberated there. And the current is flowing from left side to the right side. As we have shown in this Daniel cell, you can see in the Daniel cell, the current is flowing from LHS to the RHS. And the reactions are takes place at the two electrodes. On this left hand side electrode, oxidation reaction is takes place. And on this right hand side electrode, reduction reaction is takes place. Which reaction? Reduction reaction. So as the electrons are released here, that electrons are passes from LHS to the RHS. And there is a flow of the current from LHS to the RHS. Okay. So what are the reactions are takes place in the Daniel cell or in any type of the cell? So we want to discuss. At the cost of the chemical reaction, the electricity is produced. But how the reactions are takes place at that respective electrodes? Oxidation occurs at negative electrode. Oxidation occurs at negative electrode where electrons are given off. Where electrons are given off. And reduction must take place at the positive electrode. Where electrons enter, where electrons added. This is very important statement. 1 minute. This is very important statement. Oxidation occurs at negative electrode or left hand side electrode. Okay. Negative electrode means that is a LHE electrode in the galvanic cell. And where electrons are given off, electrons are released. Reduction must takes place at the positive electrode where electrons entered. Okay. Where electrons are entered. That is called as reduction process, and that is at the right hand side electrode. The cell reaction is then obtained. The cell reaction is then obtained by adding the oxidation reaction takes place at the LHE electrode and reduction reaction takes place at the RHE electrode. So what is the cell reaction? Cell reaction, it is the combination of the two half cell reaction. We can write here cell reaction is the combination or addition. Combination of two half cell reactions. Combination of two half cell reaction. So we should know how to write the cell reaction of any electrode. We should be know how to write the cell reaction of any electrode. Let us take the example. Let us take the example. So you can see here, first it is zinc cadmium cell. Zinc cadmium cell. Okay. So this is zinc electrode, zinc in contact with Zn2 plus ion, cadmium electrode, cadmium in contact with cadmium plus 2 plus ion. Now let us write the electrode reactions. So first here reaction taking place at the right hand side, it is written, or even though we can write the reaction taking place at the left hand side also, no problem. So let us consider first the reaction taking place at the left hand side. So see here the reaction taking place at the left hand side at LHE, at LHE, where zinc metal gives Zn2 plus ion and 2 electron. This is oxidation, and these 2 electrons are added. Okay. This is the cell, zinc cadmium cell, where the electrons are released here. 2 electrons are released here. So 2 electrons are entered onto the right hand side. So you can see here at LHE, the 2 electrons are added. At LHE, the 2 electrons are added here. Cadmium 2 plus 2 electron gives cadmium metal. This is reduction. Now the cell reaction or net cell reaction. Net cell reaction. So it is, we can add these two reactions now. So electron get cancelled here. Okay, on both sides the electrons are there. So zinc reacts with cadmium 2 plus ion, formation of Zn2 plus ion and cadmium metal. So this is the net cell reaction or total cell reaction of this zinc cadmium cell. Okay, let us take another example. Copper silver cell. Copper silver cell. Okay, so once again I would like to construct this cell, copper silver cell. This is the second example. A galvanic cell, copper silver cell. Copper in contact with copper 2 plus ion, aqueous solution. Okay, aqueous solution. Then silver in contact with silver plus ion. So this is positive electrode, means cathode, and this is negative electrode, means anode. Let us write the reaction, cell reaction of this. First, at LHE, oxidation. Okay, so copper gives copper 2 plus ion, okay, and 2 electrons. Copper 2 plus ion and 2 electrons are released here. So 2 electrons are released here, given off 2 electrons, okay, and 2 electrons are added onto the right hand side. Current is flowing from LHS to RHS. Now actually there is only one silver ion. So for one silver ion we require only one electron, silver plus. Now 2 electrons are released here during the oxidation process. So we have to take 2 silver ions. We have to take 2 silver ions to add 2 electrons, and it will give 2 silver metal. So silver metal, it is formed at the right hand side electrode. Now let us add these two. Let us add these two half cell reactions. Okay. So copper reacts with 2 silver ions, and the product it is this copper 2 plus ion plus 2 silver metal. Copper 2 plus ion plus 2 silver metal. So this is the net cell reaction or total reaction. This is the net cell reaction of this galvanic cell. And because of this net cell reaction, the electricity is produced. The electricity is produced in this galvanic cell because of this net cell reaction. Due to the liberation of the electron onto the left hand side and due to the addition of the electron onto the right hand side. So in the galvanic cell, oxidation and reduction reactions are takes place. So we know how to write the cell reaction from the cell. How to write the cell reaction from the cell. We can take various examples. We can take various examples here. Now, I would like to discuss the next topic now. reversible and irreversible cells. After the discussion of how to write the cell reaction from the cell, let us going to discuss about the reversible cells and irreversible cells. Now you can know about the reversible reaction and irreversible reaction. A reversible reaction is a reaction where the product the is the reaction where the reactant when reacts product is formed and that product is back to converted to the reactant. That product it is back to the reactant also. Generally we can write the reversible reaction in this way also. I would like to show the reversible reaction. General reversible reaction. Okay, general reversible reaction. A moles of A reacts with B moles of B reactant. Product it is C moles of C and D moles of D. So the reaction which is takes place in the two directions, forward direction and backward direction, it is called as a reversible reaction. Now I would like to discuss about reversible and irreversible cells. How we can say that the cell is a reversible? There are two conditions are given to decide as the cell is reversible or irreversible. That cell should have to satisfy that conditions. A reversible cell is in which the driving and opposing forces differ by an infinitesimally small amount from each other. Driving and opposing forces differ by an very small amount from each other. Very small amount from each other. And second condition is that the chemical change taking place, it may be reversed by applying a force infinitesimally greater than one acting on the cell. Okay. Let us take the example to explain this. So Daniell cell, all of you are aware about the Daniell cell. Once again, I would like to draw here the Daniell cell. Zinc in contact with Zn2 plus ion, aqueous solution. Okay. Double vertical line, copper in contact with copper 2 plus ion. Now I would like to know where this cell is a reversible or irreversible. Okay. This cell is reversible or irreversible. Now, when we operate this cell, the driving and opposing forces differ by an infinitesimally small amount. Driving force means when the electricity is generated from the cell, then driving force will be greater. Driving force will be greater. And when the electricity is supplied to the cell externally, driving force will be less. Suppose that this cell produces the electricity 1.1 volt. This cell produces the electricity 1.1 volt. And when the reactions takes place, this much electricity is produced. This much electricity is produced. Now, when the cell is said to be reversible, this is now the driving force, 1.1 volt. Electricity has been produced here. And opposing force is when, if externally we supply the electricity 1.2 volt to the cell. Externally, when we supply the electricity 1.2 volt greater than driving force, then the cell reaction becomes reverse. And current will be flow in opposite direction. Current will be flow in the opposite direction. see now in with the help of the diagram, I would like to discuss this. Belongs to the Daniell cell. Okay, we are having the diagram of the Daniell cell. Now we want to find out where this Daniell cell is a reversible cell or irreversible cell. Okay, this Daniell cell, it is a reversible cell or irreversible cell. See here. Now the Daniell cell produces the electricity 1.1 volt, around 1.1 volt. It means that the driving force, it is equal to 1.1 volt. This is the driving force. This is called as a driving force, 1.1 volt. Now let us take the example of a vehicle, or simply you can take the example of the bicycle. Bicycle. We are driving the bicycle. Okay. So we have to apply the force on that pendulum. So that cycle is running. Okay. That cycle is running. We have to apply the force. So driving force is greater. Now, suppose that there is a very heighted portion comes. Hilly portion comes. What happens? We require a larger and larger driving force. Opposing force will be greater now. Opposing force will be greater because that is a hilly part. Even though we are operating the pedal, operating that pedal, what happens? The cycle is not moving. It means that opposing force is greater. And on the same time, from that side, the very strong, we can say from the opposing side, very strong weather or wind is there. So we cannot apply the driving force in that condition. So opposing force will be greater. Okay. So in such condition, opposing force will be greater. So suppose that in this case, if the opposing force, it is 1.2 volt. Opposing force, it is 1.2 volt. What happens? Suppose we are connected to this with the battery here, and we supply the electricity to the cell. Externally, we can connect the two electrodes with the battery, and that battery can supply the electricity to the cell. So the external EMF, if it is 1.2 volt, and this cell itself generate the internal EMF, it is 1.1 volt. But now external EMF is greater, opposing force is greater. What happens? The current does not flow from LHS to RHS. In such condition, the cell reactions are reverse. In such condition, the cell reactions are reverse. What is the cell reaction of this Daniell cell? Let us see. Due to oxidation, zinc oxidizes to Zn2 plus 2 electron, and at copper electrode, the reduction reaction is takes place. Copper 2 plus 2 electron gives copper metal, and total reaction it is zinc reacts with copper 2 plus ion, and there is a formation of Zn2 plus ion and copper metal. This is the net reaction of the Daniell cell. So when this reaction is takes place, the electricity produced, it is 1.1 volt. But now if the external EMF is greater, opposing EMF is greater, around 1.2 volt, what happens? The cell reaction will be reverse. The cell reactions will be like that. Copper reacts with Zn2 plus ion, and there is a formation of copper 2 plus ion and zinc metal. So in this case, copper get oxidizes and Zn2 plus ion get reduces. There is a formation of the copper 2 plus ion and zinc metal. If this condition is satisfied by the cell, then the cell is said to be reversible cell. It means both driving force and opposing force. During the driving force, the cell produces the electricity. This reaction will be takes place. Okay. Means current is flowing from LHS to RHS. And during the opposing force, these reactions are reverse. These reactions are reverse, and copper reacts with Zn2 plus ion and formation of the copper 2 plus ion and zinc metal. So if the cell satisfies this condition, then the cell is said to be the reversible cell. Means now electrons are flowing into this direction when the opposing force is greater. Okay, and when the driving force is greater, electrons are flowing in this direction. So if the cell satisfied this condition, then the cell is said to be the reversible cell. Okay, so let us going to discuss here the reversible cell. Okay, reversible cell, very important. We should have to be understand the reversible cell now. See now here, a reversible cell is a one in which the driving and opposing forces differ by an infinitesimally small amount. Very small difference is there in between that two, 1.1, 1.2. And the chemical change taking place in it may be reversed. The chemical change taking place means the cell reactions are reversed by applying a force infinitesimally greater than one acting on the cell. Now to find whether a cell is reversible, it is connected to an external source of EMF. It is connected to an external source of EMF. It means we have to supply the electricity externally to the cell. And if the following conditions are satisfied, the cell is reversible. Okay, the first condition you can see here, no current should flow and no reaction should take place in the cell when the external EMF is exactly equal to the internal EMF or EMF of the cell. Internal EMF means driving force. At the cost of the cell reaction, the electricity is produced. That means the cell produces the internal EMF. And external EMF means we have to supply the extra electricity to the cell. That is external EMF. So when these two external EMF and internal EMF are same, suppose the internal EMF it is equal to 1.1 volt. That is the EMF of the cell. Internal EMF in case of Daniell cell, it is equal to 1.1 volt. And externally, when we supply the electricity, external EMF, okay, external EMF, it is also equal to 1.1 volt. It means driving force and opposing force are same. No current should be flow. It means cell is not working. No reaction should be takes place in the cell. Okay, this condition also satisfied by the cell. If both driving force and opposing force, that is external EMF and internal EMF, both are same to same, then in that cell there is a no current is flow. In that cell there is a no reaction is takes place. So the cell has to satisfy this condition. Second condition, if the external EMF is slightly less than the EMF of the cell. For example, if the external EMF is slightly less, in case of the Daniell cell, the external EMF is 1.1 volt and internal EMF is 1.1 volt and external EMF is 1.0 volt. 1.0 volt. External, it is less. If the external EMF it is slightly less than the EMF of the cell, then the current should flow from the cell to the external EMF. The current should flow from LHS to RHS, from the cell to the external source, from the cell to the external source. This is second condition. Third now, if the external EMF is slightly greater, okay, if the external EMF is slightly greater than the internal EMF. It means, suppose if the external EMF it is around, if the external EMF it is around, uh, we can take the value here 1.2 volt. External EMF it is equal to 1.2 volt, and internal EMF, that is the driving force, that is the EMF of the cell, it is equal to 1.1 volt. What happens? Current should flow from external source to the cell. Current will be reversed now. From external source to the cell, and reaction taking place in the cell should be exactly opposite to that taking place in the step 2. So we already explained this example. Daniel cell is a good example to explain the reversible cell. So you can see here the reaction of the Daniel cell. Okay, this reaction is takes place in the Daniel cell. So when this reaction is takes place, the EMF produced by the cell it is 1.1 volt, and this is the internal EMF. This is the internal EMF. Electricity is produced here. Okay, during the forward reaction. During the forward reaction. Now, if the external EMF is 1.2 volt, means it is greater than the internal EMF. The cell reactions are reverse. It will be like this. The cell reactions will be reversed. Zn2 plus reacts with copper metal, and there is a formation of zinc metal and copper 2 plus ion. So this reaction, reverse reaction will be takes place. It means that this Daniel cell is a reversible cell. Okay, this is forward reaction and this is reverse reaction. This forward reaction is takes place when internal EMF it is greater than the external EMF, and this reverse reaction is takes place when the internal EMF it is less than the external EMF. And if both internal and external are same, driving force and opposing force are same, then what happens? There is a no current flows, no reaction is takes place. So these three condition has to be satisfied by the cell. A cell is said to be reversible when both forward and backward reaction has to be takes place. During the forward reaction, electricity has been produced, and during the reverse reaction, the electricity has to be supplied, then the cell reactions becomes reverse. Okay, so the cell is said to be the reversible cell if these three conditions are satisfied. Now, what is a irreversible cell? Very simple. Any cell which does not satisfy this condition is called irreversible cell. Any cell which does not satisfy this condition is called as a irreversible cell. Okay, for example, consider the cell consisting of zinc and copper electrodes immersed in a solution of the sulfuric acid. Let us represent this. Zinc and copper electrodes. Zinc electrode dipped in the solution of the sulfuric acid, and copper electrode dipped in the solution of the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, it is a common electrolyte here. The two electrodes are, this is zinc electrode and this is copper electrode. Now, does this cell is a reversible cell? Let us write the reaction. First, reaction of this cell. Reaction of this cell. Whether the cell is a reversible cell or irreversible cell. Zinc in contact with H2SO4. Zinc in contact with sulfuric acid. Electrolyte is changed here. And copper in contact with sulfuric acid. This is negative electrode, this is positive electrode. Now we want to see whether this cell is a reversible or irreversible. Let us write the reaction of this. So zinc metal come in contact with sulfuric acid, zinc gives Zn2 plus ion, and 2 electrons are released. Okay. And this reaction on this side, what happens? the two electrons which are released here, that two electrons are added onto the two hydrogen ions. The sulfuric acid contain, the dissociation of the sulfuric acid will be like this: 2H plus ion and SO4 2 minus ion. So whatever the electrons are released here, that electrons are added onto the electrolyte, that is sulfuric acid. So two hydrogen ions are there in the sulfuric acid plus 2 electron, formation of H2 gas. So let us write the net cell reaction. So zinc metal reacts with two hydrogen ions. Zinc metal reacts with two hydrogen ions. And there is a formation of Zn2 plus ion and hydrogen gas. Formation of Zn2 plus ion and hydrogen gas. So let us see. The cell reaction is not reversed here. Okay, cell reaction is not reversed here. What is the expectation? If zinc gives zinc 2 plus ion and 2 electron, in the reverse reaction, copper should have to give the copper 2 plus ion and 2 electron. But this reaction does not take place here. Okay, this reaction does not take place here. What is the reverse reaction? This Zn2 plus reacts with hydrogen gas, formation of this. It means that this cell is not a reversible cell. It is a irreversible cell. It is a irreversible cell. Okay. You can see here why this. What is the reverse reaction? Reverse reaction will be this: copper should react with hydrogen ions and formation of copper 2 plus and hydrogen gas. This reverse reaction has to be takes place. But which reverse reaction is takes place here? This. The reverse reaction, it is different reaction. It is not as like of this. The reverse reaction, it is difference reaction, which is that of this cell, it is here. The reverse reaction will be this: Zn2 plus reacts with hydrogen gas, formation of this. Okay. Actually, this reaction does not take place. Okay. So hence, this cell is a irreversible cell. So in irreversible cells, the original conditions cannot be restored by a reversal of the current because of some material involved in the cell reaction has been removed. Okay. And also a gas may be evolved there. A gas is released there. That gas cannot be remain into the solution. Okay. So reversible cell and irreversible cell. So try to understand the difference between reversible cell and irreversible cell.